Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Duke Silver. Today we're going to be playing Dame Gothel. So this is the new hero from the most recent patch. The abilities of it are the front row gets +1 attack. Everything on your front row gets +1 attack, which makes it pretty reasonable for tokens. And also your characters attack in reverse order, which is not great for tokens because generally you want like supports in the back if you're playing tokens. So it's a little bit of an interesting hero. Definitely we're very good for scam and having just ranged characters in the back, because you just get to protect them and you make sure you get all your ranged attacks. Speaking of ranged attacks, we're going to get an Elaine here, and it's going to get the stats from the Freed Prince, which is really nice. We're gonna. I was considering taking the Owl just because I'm addicted to the Apprentice Owl, but I do make the discipline play and take a roll there, and then we get to sell our item to flip over another talking frog, giving Elaine even more stats, winning that combat handily, even against Toy Dino early, which is pretty impressive, but I mean, that's just the power of Freed Prince early. Alright, on level 3 shop gives us an XP spell and a pair of Hansels. I think we're just going to take the 2 Hansels, and then we're going to lock the XP. I don't mind picking up a pair of Hansels. Hansel's a really good spec unit early. I actually think it's worse in this comp. I mean, I do kind of fall into the trappings of hero attack later, and I'll explain kind of why it's not very good, I think, on this particular hero later. But yeah, we're gonna take the XP and just spec on a Romeo. We're gonna go to 4 next turn and hopefully find a Juliet. We get our free attack with Elaine as she's protected, and yeah, we're winning combats left and right here, which is nice. There's a Muddy Ocean Crab, which we are gonna snap up with the new stealth here, a stealth character, the Dark Twig, which tracks all the times you've had stealth in combat throughout the game, and then gives all your stealth units a stat boost based on that. You want to really aggressively take these stealth characters if you can early. It just gives you a really nice option later to kind of move into. I did end up. I thought maybe I had 3. I thought I had 3 gold there, but apparently I only had 2 before selling the Elaine. So I was thinking I could buy that Juliet, but had to settle for the asceticism there. And we do lose the combat because of that little tempo loss, unfortunately. Yeah, we are going to pick up the Juliet this turn, and then we're going to get a couple more ocean crabs here. And we're putting in front, like, it's with the changes to stealth, your attacks will hit your front row character if it's the only character left, even if it has stealth. Before the attacks would just move to the back row, but yeah, that's just something to kind of be aware of. We get a couple. I mean, Immutable Idol is fine with the Juliet Romeo pair, but it's really tough to take when you're not super early. We're on 5 already, so I don't think we want to take the Immutable Idol. So we just end up taking the Spyglass to hopefully get some access to better treasures later. We do get a second Romeo though, so if we can get our attacks to go well here, then that is going to be a decent boost in stats to our Romeo Juliet setup here. Good enough for a tie at least, and we get a Romeo triple, so that's nice. Ravens and Seer Sphere, you want to take those together, so we're just going to bypass both of them and take the Baby Mimic here. We're on level 5. We're going to be on level 6 in just 2 turns, so pretty happy to take that and just look for a big treasure to mimic. We are running out of gold. It's already 5, but I think the Husky's still big enough to play here. We definitely need to get this Freed Prince off the board. And these Hansels are not exactly great. Well, we did take a hero attack spell, but yeah, just like getting a chunk of stats on the board, I think is going to be really nice here. And then we just sell for the Sandstorm, which does take out the opponent's Parrot. So definitely a reasonable Sandstorm. Maybe we didn't need it to actually win there, but I mean, we really want to keep our health high as we're a couple XP ahead, and we're going to 6. We want as many turns on 6 as possible to find a comp. We're just gonna skip that Hansel triple, and because I mean, again, with this Baby Mimic, we want to hold out for a bigger treasure. We might take the Husky triple if it's offered, depending on how these combats go. If we're healthy enough, then then we'll probably skip it. But if we take like a loss, then it might be worth just jamming the husky triple if we and taking what's offered. All right, now we're on 6. I think we're just gonna jam this archdemon. It's got unyielding, so it plays really well in the back row, and also like it can give you kind of like a prolonged frontline shield with the summons. So I think archdemon plays pretty well with this hero. Just looking for some other direction, and there's a high demon, but I think and there's also a Hansel and a Sherlock here. And okay, I guess I should talk about why hero attack I think is a trap in this on this hero. So the thing is, like, because you're attacking from the back line, basically any support that doesn't have unyielding or ranged is kind of unplayable, I think. We do take the Hansel here, or the Gretel here, and like the way that you can win you win with hero, or with hunters I should say, is basically you need to scale your hero attack, and Watson is just the best option for that. I mean, I guess if you get a detective apprentice early and also get Gretels that are consistently slaying, like you can increase your hero attack that way, but that's not the case here. I mean, the Sherlock is going to offer us like a decent little boost in stats when it dies. And speaking of Sherlock, there's a second one. I mean, it's also a 6 pair, so we are going to get a reasonable amount of stats, but long term, this is just not it's just not sustainable. So we're gonna have to audible out of this hero attack. So this is a little bit. I mean, it's hard to call a 6 pair wasted picks, but it might be a bunch of wasted gold here. We're not getting punished for it. Speaking of, yeah, there's the Watson, but you just can't play it because yeah, it'll just attack and suicide before your front line even gets value. Since you can't really affect what's going to get attacked into on the front line, right? So, all right. And speaking of audibles, I mean, we've had these muddy ocean crabs for a while. We're just going to jam this Shadow Cat, and be pretty happy about that. If we can find a Dark Twig, it's going to have a decent amount of stats already, as we've had these crabs for a bit. And this Shadow Lord should increase the amount of stealth that we get, as well, as every time you attack out of stealth, you give another thing stealth. So that's increasing the amount of stealths on our board. Really happy to pick up another Shadow Lord there, and there's a Mad Oblivium, which I think maybe we should have just taken. It's definitely better than the Ocean Crab in the back row, and also the ranged stealth units are really good with the Shadow Cat, because it doubles or triples your attack, I think, upgraded, or when you're attacking out of stealth. So yeah, you just get like really big ranged attacks if you can give if you have like a ranged stealth character in the back row like this. And also it doesn't get attacked into immediately, because of course it has stealth. So usually we're going to get both of our ranged attacks before the Shadow Cat gets attacked into. So really nice. And there's the Dark Twig, which is exactly what we want here. And sorry, I kind of glossed over as we tripled the Shadow Cat as I was blabbing on about stealth. So we got Anticipating Drumroll with the Baby Mimic, which is really fantastic for this comp. It's exactly what you want. We're also going to triple this Narcissus. We're going to get to see another level 6, and it's a Piece of Infinity, which is fine. We'll take that. It's going to add stats to our board over the course of the rest of the game. So it's pretty slow, and honestly doesn't really add up to or end up adding up to a lot, but it's still something anyways. All right, but yeah, the triple entrance effect with our Dark Twig is going to add a ton of stats to our board. As you can see, immediately that gives us a huge power spike with that Dark Twig, and yeah, it's just going to keep scaling over time. Like every combat, we're just going to get more stealths, and the Dark Twig is just going to get more and more effective. And of course, it's going to be tripled by the drum roll. We did get another level 6 triple there. In the Merlin, which is like, it's not the best triple because it doesn't play long term in our comp, but we were really hoping to find like a Doppelganger's Diamond to get an extra twig basically, but unfortunately we did have to take a reroll, but we're healthy enough to be able to afford that reroll, so that's fine. And yeah, as you can see, just more and more stats every turn, and like as we accumulate more dark twigs, of course, our power is just going to go up in leaps and bounds. I think we're going to take a BLT here, because I mean it gets to attack for free. Like I said, the scam units are really good on this hero, and yeah, just getting it's going to get the +3/+3 from the Piece of Infinity and be able to kill immediately, even if we can't give it stealth. And if we can find like a Mad Oblivion, then maybe we can give it stealth and just have it be part of our stealth comp. There is another Shadowcat though, which we are going to lock. Pretty happy to take another one. That's another 6 pair as well. Another shot at Doppelganger's Diamond. And yeah, opponent is also doing stealth things, and looks like they're doing it a little bit better than we are. Our reroll comes back. I really wanted to take this Holy Grail to potentially get a Doppelganger Diamond out of the Shadowcat, but I think it's just too risky to pass up the Diamond. The Diamond is exactly what we want here. It's just going to give us another Dark Twig, and then the other Dark Twig, of course, is going to have the entrances amplified by both the rune as well as the anticipating drum roll. There's a Muddy Ocean Crab triple, but we're not going to take it. I did miss a Dark Twig in the shop there. I can't believe I missed that. That's really unfortunate. I'm not really sure how I missed it. Maybe I wasn't looking at the screen or something, or just like kind of glossed over it and then forgot to hit lock. But yeah, that's really unfortunate. That's a huge power spike that we missed out on, which is really again really unfortunate, especially when we know the little match girl opponent is doing stealth and is also doing stealth and very powerful here. We are going to jam a Mirror Fairy though. The amount of stats that we get from this Doppelganger to Dark Twig is very significant, as you can see. The Mirror Fairy gets very large immediately, almost 2,000. I believe it was almost 2,000. There's another level 6 triple, but I don't think we care about it. There's not really too many things that we really want to hit on 6 anymore. We don't have the Spyglass to see a level 7 anymore, so I think we're just going to pass that by. And we're just going to hard roll for another twig, and we do find another one, which is really nice. We just sell something to get to it, and we're going to sell the BLT. If we really need another one, we can pick it up, pick one up. Maybe selling one of the Ocean Crabs is better, just in case we really needed the BLT. And yeah, opponent's stealth board is really good, really powerful. They did have a Holy Grail early in the game that we saw. So it was probably they probably just picked up 2 twigs and upgraded them. And fortunately for us, they didn't find Drumroll, and yeah, our mimic Drumroll was just enough to beat their stealth board with many more twigs. And we were a little bit ahead of them, I think, as far as stealth counters goes. Although they did pull ahead of us at the end there, so. Just the combination of getting our free ranged attacks, as well as having the mimic drum roll was just barely enough. I don't, if the game keeps going, I don't know if we actually win that, but yeah, we managed to strike the final blow before they can outscale us. But yeah, so that was the new hero and the new stealth hero, or stealth comp. So far, I've found stealth comp to be very powerful. You do need some specific things to go right to get into it, but when you do, it's just very good and just scales with the game. So, like, as the game goes longer, it gets more powerful and can compete with most other endgame boards I've found. But yeah, it's pretty neat. Anyways, please let me know what you think in the comments. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff I'm supposed to ask you to do. I'd very much appreciate it. Yeah, thank you for helping me hit 700 subscribers. That's an awesome milestone. Super appreciate it. And yeah, I guess I will see you. I hope you have a great rest of your day, first of all, and I will see you tomorrow.